Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Storm, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Storm's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Storm has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Storm is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Storm take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Storm heel, and you're going to start walking, and Storm should fall in line nicely, heeling appropriately at your left heel position. He should not be pulling ahead on that leash, nor should he be lagging behind. He should be keeping at your pace, whether you're walking at a fast pace or a slow pace. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise is an automatic sit. So anytime that you're out walking with Storm and you stop, he should sit nicely at your left heel position. And we'll show you another example here. Good boy. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the stay command, and the stay command is both a hand and a voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and then you're going to walk out to the end of your training leash. Now he went into a down, and Fred did not give the down command, so what you're going to do is tell him no, heel him out of the down position, and leave him in another sit stay. Walk out to the end of your leash. Now with the long sit stay, Storm should remain seated in this position throughout the entire command and should not move. This is a great command to practice frequently throughout your day to help build up Storm's ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. When you're working on this at home, you want to start at 1 minute, and over time you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. When Fred returns back, he walks all the way around him and behind him, returning back to heel position so that Storm is on his left-hand side. Great job. Now you saw that he gave Storm a little pet on the head there. It is important that when you are working Storm through his obedience commands and he is completing them appropriately for you, you let him know that by either giving him physical praise by petting him or verbal praise by telling him he's doing a good job. It's just important to overall make sure that you're giving him lots of positive reinforcement. And they're demonstrating the sit stay for you again. And Fred's going to let him hold his stay for a bit, and then they're going to demonstrate the next command for you, which is the come on command, or the recall command. And for this you're going to call Storm in using his name.
Storm, come.
He should come in and sit right in front of you. Good job. And then return him to heel position by heeling him around the back of you, returning him to your left-hand side where he should sit nicely. Good job. And they're going to go ahead and demonstrate that again, so leave him in a sit stay and walk out to the end of your leash. Practice your long sit stay by allowing him to hold his sit for a little bit. When you're ready to call him in, again, use his name. You can use the leash to reel him in so that he comes directly in front of you. Again, make sure he sits nicely. Once he does so, then heel him around the back of you, returning him to your left-hand side, where again, he should sit nicely. Mr. Excitability. Now when Storm first comes home, you want to make sure that you're practicing your commands both indoors and outdoors to generalize your commands in both environments. And at first you want to make sure that you pick an area with no distractions where it's nice and quiet, such as this video here, where it's nice and quiet in here. And slowly over time you will introduce the amount of distractions into your training sessions. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. This is another command that you're going to use both hand and voice. Use your left hand again, but this time straight down towards the ground in the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command and walk out to the end of your leash, the same that you did with the sit stay. And with the long down stay, again, Storm should remain laying down in this position throughout the entire command and should not move or break command. This is another great command to help build up his ability to downstay for longer periods of time, so you want to make sure that you're practicing this one at home frequently as well. And you can do so whether you're washing dishes, cooking dinner, watching TV, anywhere where you can have his leash and collar on and have him next to you in a downstay. And you can give him a correction if he breaks. And when you're practicing at home, start at 3 minutes and increase your time working up to 5 minutes for your long down stay. Fred's going to go ahead and return back. Again, walking all the way around behind him, turning back to heel position.
Storm, yeah.
Good boy. Also, when Storm comes home for the first couple of weeks, you want to make sure that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work him through a formal obedience training session such as this video here. You can incorporate your commands into your everyday activities and routine, but also be sure to set aside some time to practice your commands in a session. So Fred leaves him in another down stay. By practicing his commands every day, it will help him become better acquainted transitioning back home, and it will help you be better acquainted with working him through his commands.
Storm,
so they demonstrate the recall or the come on command from the down position where Storm gets up to come in. Good boy.
Storm, heel.
Good boy. Automatic sit. Now Fred's going to leave Storm in a sit stay and walk out to the end of the leash, and they're going to demonstrate the down from a distance where you're going to use your right hand from the end of the leash to give him the down command.
Down. Storm, heel.
Good boy. Now Fred is going to demonstrate for you Storm's ability to sit and stay while we drop the leash. Now this is something that you can work up to over time where you're starting to advance his training by dropping the leash. So you're going to leave him in a sit stay. Just make sure that if you're practicing this down the road with him, that you're in the same room at first, and you can increase your distance where you're out of the room eventually. But you want to start at the beginning, leave him in a sit stay, drop the leash. That way if he breaks the command, you have access to give him a correction. Now he went down and Fred did not give the down, so simply tell him no, heel him out of it. That's the simplest way to get him out of the down position, is just pick up the leash, heel him out of the position.
Down.
Fred gives the down command from a distance. Again, if he breaks any of his commands, the first word out of your mouth should be no, and repeat the command. Make sure that he follows through with what you're asking of him. Good boy. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Storm has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Storm, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.